The Trump administration has already deported more than 100,000 migrants and arrested 113,000 others as part of its mass deportation effort, including violent gang members and other criminals in the country illegally. But what about the immigrants who are here with permission? Their status isn't stopping officials who have vowed to go after foreign-born activists who voice positions that they claim threaten national security. According to Secretary of State Marco Rubio, they've already pulled back 300 visas from foreign students over anti-Israel protests, as high-profile cases like Colombia's Mahmoud Khalil and Tufts' Rumeysa Ozturk make headlines. The New York Post sat down with an attorney to explore which immigration categories are most at risk of being detained and deported, and how having a visa or green card isn't a free pass.
My name is Saman Nasseri. I'm an immigration and employment law attorney. The status or the breakdown of the different residency options in the United States is you can either be a visa holder who's here, there are non-immigrant visas, and then there are immigrant visas. Non-immigrant visas are like student visas, tourist visas, even fiancé visas. Immigrant visas are the ones that are based off of either employment where you're getting sponsored to get a green card, family-based petitions. Then there is the green card or resident status. That's being a lawful permanent resident in the United States. Those are the same, just used interchangeably. And then, of course, being a U.S. citizen. So the people who are the most at risk in the immigration process, first and foremost, is obviously if you're not a U.S. citizen. So it doesn't matter if you're a resident or just a visa holder. You are at risk if you have some sort of criminal history. So if you're a green card holder, certain convictions make you removable, certain convictions do not. If you're here on a visa, however, and you have some sort of criminal history or arrest history, your risk is much higher because any arrest can technically revoke your visa. So it kind of varies, but that's the first level of risk, is the people that are here with some sort of criminal conviction. And then after that would be people who've overstayed their visas and they're no longer allowed to remain in the United States. They've been kind of flying under the radar. That's probably the next greatest risk group. So the US government can see your social media. So if your social media is public, as obviously they can see everything. They are going to be able to track your social media. They can track what you post, what you're commenting on, what you're liking. I've seen them go in so far to look at the Telegram message groups, to look at the WhatsApp groups. So they're going to be able to track that and see what you are engaging in. And it's the US government, so they just have to have what's called a reason to believe standard. So they don't have to prove you guilty by reasonable doubt, preponderance of evidence. None of that stuff matters. It's reason to believe. So if they have reason to believe that you're engaging in activity that is contrary to the interest of the United States or the safety of the United States, they can try to revoke your visa for that. If you're a student on campus and you're out here on a visa and you're thinking about getting involved in either demonstrations or a protest, the best answer I can give you as of right now is read the room. Don't. I mean, the truth is why put yourself at risk? You're here to get an education. You want to finish out your student visa. You want the chance to eventually get a green card. If you can get sponsored by an employer, there's a reason why you're here for that. And so I get it. There's a free speech argument that could be made here. But at the same time, why put yourself in the crosshairs if you know that people with student visas are being made an example of? So be careful, maybe even speak to an attorney in your area before you do get involved to see what you can, what you can't say, what you can post on social media, what you can't post on social media, and just assess your risk factors. I know it's easy to get caught up, but at the same time, you have a duty to yourself to protect yourself and stay here.
This movement, as a matter of internal student discipline, rather than...
So Mahmoud Khalil, his status was, he was a lawful permanent resident, which means he was a green card holder here in the United States. He is not a U.S. citizen. So because he's not a U.S. citizen, he is still subject to removal hearings and to be removed from the United States, because until you're a U.S. citizen, the U.S. government does have jurisdiction if you violate any of the laws or rules regarding the United States to place you in removal proceedings. It's going to be challenging the reasons why he is even found removable, why they're trying to revoke his green card. They're going to go through the that reason to believe standard. His lawyers are doing a lot in federal court, and then there's also the immigration court side as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that case plays out, and whether it was worth it or not for the U.S. government to try to make an example out of him.